Tigers.
He struck him out. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming.
Pirates back in action on this Thursday afternoon. It's the series finale. The Pirates and the Tigers here from PNC Park, and they'll just play one today, and it's Bring Your Kid to Work Day. How about Bring Your Kid to the Ballpark today? Education Day here at PNC Park as well. So we'll have a lot of young fans taking on this one here today. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you here today as the Pirates split a doubleheader with Detroit yesterday, and they'll try to keep things going maybe for a series victory today. And offensively speaking, they were great yesterday and all season long, really. The Pirates catchers, you don't think of that as an offensive position, but they have done so well offensively this year.
You know, when you do see that catcher position be an offensive position, you run into problems because you're always wanting to give your catcher some days off. You don't want him being out there. Also, when you have a Posey or somebody like that, what do you do when you give him a day off? You lose so much offense. Well, thank goodness this year, when Cervelli gets a day off, Diaz gets out there, and he hits just as good as Cervelli does. I mean, it's been great to watch. These two have become a very, very strong offensive combo for the Pirates this season.
And by far leading Major League Baseball in OPS as a unit, the Pirates catchers. Now, pitching's always been the name of the game, and today's pitching matchup features a couple guys who have gone in opposite directions since their first starts of the season against each other's teams.
That's true. Fulmer, I mean, he can really shut you down. We've seen that. He's got really good boring type stuff. You know, maybe not flashy on the radar gun, but a lot of movement, gets a lot of ground balls, throws strikes. And Nova, you know, we know what he does. He's a strike thrower, and since that bad first start, he's really settled in, and he's back to being that guy that we love to see go out there every 5 days.
Yeah, no walks for Nova over his last 3 starts, and the winner takes the series here. Pirates and Tigers coming up next right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Having some fun, all good friends, all in good fun. and getting ready for the game here today. Just one. Oh, wow. Ivan Nova not part of the pregame fisticuffs with the Pirates.
He's focused. No playing around.
Got the ball on opening day against Detroit. And we'll get a second look at them here in the month of April. And it feels more and more like spring today. Finally, a really nice day. Sun shining and warmer temperatures. Great day to be out here at the ballpark. Here is Ron Gardenhire's lineup for Detroit. Leonis Martin homered in both ends of the doubleheader yesterday. Machado and then Cabrera, with Nick Castellanos batting fourth. Nico Goodrum, then James McCann. Victor Reyes with one major league hit. Iglesias, and then Michael Fulmer, the starter for Detroit.
Take a look at Nova's numbers. As we know, he loves to throw strikes, loves to throw fastballs. Looking at something earlier, though, he might need to be a little less predictable, though, when he's behind in the count. 94% this year, fastballs behind the count. Might want to mix something else in just occasionally in those scenarios.
Keep an eye on that as we move forward this afternoon. Winner will take the series. Both teams split yesterday. Tigers took the opener 13-10. Pirates won the nightcap 8-3. And right back at him today. Leonis Martin led off game one yesterday with a home run.
It's all right, though. The series for the year is ours, though. So that's the big thing, you know, when you're playing your main rival. Is you want to be able to take that series for the season.
That's a lazy fly ball this time. Carrying a bit. Wow. The ball really carried out towards center, and Martin is going to end up at third base.
It really carried, and it was really misplayed. Look at those flags out there. You see the flags?
Yeah, I was judging by Marte's reaction to the ball.
No wind.
That it was routine.
No wind. No explanation of what happened on that one.
Now watch Marte, and this is what I'm basing it on. Okay, all right, just drifting back.
Yeah, he stood there for a while, started drifting, and then probably the last 4 or 5 steps, he takes off running.
First look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. And so played into a triple to start things. And that will put Nova in some hot water to begin the game. Jamison Tyone along with Chad Kuhl, yesterday's starters. Tyone gave up 7 runs. Kuhl with a quality start and earned the win in the nightcap. Freezes the runner and gets the first out, so Machado can't bring in Martin. Good start. And 1 out for Nova. The Honda defense behind him here today. Corey Dickerson and Gregory Polanco flank Marte in center with the rookie Moran at third. Sean Rodriguez gets the start at short. Adam Frazier and Josh Bell on the right side of the infield, and Francisco Cervelli is the battery mate of Mr. Nova today.
Well, thank you, Machado, for that.
Not the only spot that not going to get something going.
He was ahead in the count, so he knew he was going to get a fastball. Got one right down the middle, and instead of hitting it anywhere out there in front of him, he decided to pull.
Cabrera does the same thing.
Infield back all over the place. Just pretty amazing.
Well, conceding the run here early in the game, but
yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 pulled ground balls.
Hit a ground ball out there anywhere, but and then if you try to hit the ball to center or right, you're going to hit a fly ball most of the time. You're not going to hit it, but
Martin can't go anywhere.
Yep. One place that ball could be hit where he's got to just stand there, and that's third base.
Well, now with 2 outs, get the battery, get out of the inning unscathed. Nick Castellanos. It's no easy task to do that. Has the most hits in baseball with men in scoring position. 13 of those, hitting .382. with a man at second and or third. And 3 pulled ground balls, and Nova gets out of that leadoff triple.
What did he throw? 6 pitches? 7 maybe?
7-pitch inning, and picks up his teammate. Ball to the left side with the man at third, less than 2 outs, could not score him. And now the Pirates will do their chance to try to score. The RAV4 lineup with Adam Frazier atop the order, Gregory Polanco, and then Starling Marte. The top 3, Bell, Dickerson, and Cervelli. Career high 6 RBIs in the first game yesterday. Moran, Rodriguez, and Nova. The bottom third for the Buccos. Glenn Hurdle's bunch scoring 18 runs and pounding out 29 hits in the doubleheader yesterday. Starling Marte trying to get some fluids in him. But for the Pirates, most runs and hits in a doubleheader since 2004. 2 different doubleheaders that season. And good to see the pitching get right in the nightcap too, because they gave up 13 runs in the first game, but 3 in the second game.
Yeah, had really 2 very different starts from the pitchers. Taillon, we were expecting really good things. 2 bad starts in a row now for him. And Kuhl has taken a couple of steps forward, I think, in his last 2 starts. I was very impressed with him last night. The control was as good as it's been all year long. Very few bouncing balls way down and in the left-handers.
And Fulmer strikes out Frazier to start things. He was very good his first time around against the Pirates this year.
Yeah, very impressive the way he, he's got good command of his stuff. Everything has got some movement on it to it. He won't throw anything straight at you.
Use the word boring when we talked a couple moments ago,
yes,
right?
Yes. He's not boring, but that fastball will, when he throws the 2-seamer, he'll have that good movement coming in on those right-handers away from the lefties.
And Polanco looks at a strike. 97 from Fulmer.
So it's boring to the right-handers. We got to come up with a different name when he's throwing to left-handers.
Tight sweep? I don't know.
The Taylor.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Tailing.
A boring Taylor.
He's got a tailing fastball.
Always sews everything just nice. 1-1.
All depends on how he holds the stitches.
I like that. He tied that all together. Frazier going on the strikeout.
When the 2 of us get together, I think we could go overboard on the.
Especially during day games when coffee is flowing. El Cafe, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He has tried to get things going with the bat since that Miami series. After that Cubs series, remember he hit the 2 home runs in the finale, hitting at 132 with 1 extra base hit since then. No runs batted in.
Yeah, he's been sitting on 15 RBIs for a long, long time now.
So even though the Pirates are erupting offensively in that doubleheader, Polanco still, with the home run and RBI numbers, still you like those at this point of the season, but he was so hot early on. It's Jeff Branson, Pirates hitting coach. Been 2 extremes for him, so he's due to get going again. That one shot out to right, and it'll clang off the wall. Polanco is in at second base, and there's an extra base hit for him here with 1 out.
It looked like a nice 2-iron coming off the bat. It just did not want to drop at all. Line drive, kept carrying right to the base of the wall. Exit velocity at 112 miles an hour right there off the bat.
Good spot, didn't miss it. Came in hard, went out harder. Polanco with that scorching double. And a chance for Starling Marte. Working on a 5-game hitting streak. 2-8-0. Marte with a hit with a man in scoring position yesterday. His second this season, but has been good in that department in recent years. So that's also bound to come back up, as it started to last night. Yeah, interesting to have him in the 3-hole too, because by today's standards, Clint Hurdle's lineup, he's talked about this. Many other teams have done the same thing. Thinking of the number 3 hitter in a different way. Marte is down on strikes. Not always the run producer, right? But somebody that you try to put your run producer 2, 4.
I like him in number 3 spot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm a little more of a traditionalist. Table setters up top, run producers 3, 4.
Well, modern analytics say so.
They like it the other way. They like to do it in a different way. It's a modern game. Everybody can have their own opinion.
So Bell bats cleanup as he has all year, and one thought process, and this started when the Pirates had Andrew McCutchen, is that you didn't want to have whoever your best run producer is come up with 2 outs and the base is empty, and statistically speaking that happens more often with the number 3 hitter than any other spot, not only in the first inning but I guess
no,
no,
not if you take the first inning out of it. It doesn't happen.
Well, sure. I mean,
that's a cooked stat. Of course the number 3 guy is going to do it, because the first inning happens, he hits third every single day. Like you can't say that about any other spot, can you?
Well, I mean, it comes up.
Name another spot that you will absolutely come up third in an inning, guaranteed at least once a day. Doesn't happen.
In the National League lineup, because of the pitcher ending innings, a lot of times it does come up a little bit, but obviously way more in the first inning. So the double left on, the conversation continues.
Tigers. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. Well, a lot of these kids have been here since 9:30 in the morning, and that's because it is Kids Day today here at PNC Park. Also, Education Day. A lot of stuff has been going on here. Kids were let in early, 9:30 a.m. for a lot of festivities going on. It started with a local weatherman, our friend Stephen Cropper from WPXI, who gave a live interactive weather presentation. Then when the gates opened, the students were given an interactive workbook, and they went on a ballpark treasure hunt. And of course, the search was for answers to questions about baseball, science, math, and history. The kids are also collecting information during the game using statistics from Pirates players. So, Joe, sounds like you and I when we were kids. Happy to learn math as long as it involved baseball statistics, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's what's fun about all that kind of stuff. Attracts a lot of people to baseball. Some of the different numbers. Learning about the weather, too, and all sorts of cool things here. There's a lot going on between those lines. Nico Goodrum will start things with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up here in the second.
He had an eventful day yesterday. A lot of strikeouts. 3-run error in that first game. Backed up on what could have been a double play ball that they didn't turn. It turned out to hurt him. There were a number of things where he was involved.
Yes, and had some hits too later on after striking out the first 4 times he came up. So yeah, very eventful day. Played at second and first yesterday. Goodrum now at third, and McCann, who caught one of the 2 games yesterday, sporting a 7-game hitting streak. Nova doing a great job getting the ball on the ground in that first inning.
Throwing fastballs. Every time he throws ball 1, the next pitch fastball so far.
Well, you told us to look for that. Now he does throw a lot of fastballs though, more than just about every other pitcher.
Yeah, 3/4 of his pitches, but 94% when he's behind in the counts. That's like an awfully high percentage.
You can pretty much take that to the bank if you're a hitter, right?
Yeah, 94 out of 100 times he's going to do that. I know what I'm looking for.
You just look location, is that it? And then you get in your spot.
Fastball, and if it's where you want it. No, and I thought this was kind of interesting. At the course of the game, you kind of run out of time to point things out. But let's say you're in that position.
He swung at that fastball right there.
You know what's going to happen. You know what you're going to get. So you're like, you're really feeling confident. You're going to really drive a ball. You're going to go out there. You're going to charge that fastball because you know it's coming. You know what he's going to throw. So when there's nobody out and a runner at third, and it's a 1-0 count, you're thinking, wow, I'm getting a fastball here. I'm gonna crush this. And there it is, and you get out and you kind of turn over and you hit that little ground ball to third base instead of staying within yourself, going through your normal process, trying to hit that fastball to right center to knock that run home. You know it's coming, so you get a little over aggressive. Maybe what happened in that first inning.
That'd be like playing poker and telling everybody your cards. Do I trust that?
Yeah, well, you can use, you can actually use falling behind in the count and them knowing what you're going to do to your advantage. If you're somebody like Nova that has that kind of control, can hit his spots.
And he's been able to do that. He's gone 87 batters without a walk. And he's gotten a lot of ground balls. 5 outs already on the ground today. And he has blanked the Tigers through the first 2. At studios, the folks who work there and having their kids out, getting to enjoy. Oh, there they are back in the studios today. How fun is that to be able to see what it's like to be on set there, play some TV for the day?
Oh, the behind the scenes stuff they get to see.
Yeah. And then they get to enjoy a ball game today. Glad to have all the kids out here today. Corey Dickerson and his wife becoming parents for the second time just a couple of months ago. Beth Ann delivering a boy, Miller. And they have a 3-year-old named Davis. So a couple of boys now for the Dickerson family. And enjoying having him as a Pirate.
Yeah, you just love the way he plays, whether it's even on defense, even though he's not a star defender. I love watching him out there. He uses his head and does. He plays within himself. Does what he needs to do, what he's supposed to do. We were talking about that on the radio yesterday about what he told you about a throw he didn't make in Philadelphia, and we were wondering why he didn't throw the ball. And he explained it to you, and later on, and it made all the sense in the world. That he wanted to stay within himself. He knew he wasn't going to get an out, so he just threw the ball to second base because of the weather conditions that were going on.
Francisco Cervelli had a big day yesterday. Played in the opener of the doubleheader. 6 runs batted in, a career high.
I mean, he's setting himself up for a heck of a season. 18 RBIs here in the month of April already.
Well, if you were to say before the season, if you could get 70 RBIs from Cervelli, let's say that. Let's throw that number. I mean, that would
tremendous.
That'd be tremendous, and he's a good part of the way there already.
Yeah, he's got a nice.
And you look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, batting average in the National League, RISP, runners in scoring position, and Cervelli hitting .476.
High quality RBIs too. A lot of those, as you pointed out to me, would come with 2 outs.
15.
That's just awesome. It's like you're getting like bonus runs when you knock those guys in with 2 outs. You're not doing it with a ground ball out. You're not doing it with a sacrifice fly. You're going to have to get a knock. Got to hit a base hit to get that 2-out RBI. And he's been hitting doubles, home runs, whatever it takes to get those guys home. And he always has an opinion about that strike zone.
Yes, he does. That is a foul ball. Good to hear Tim Timmons telling us that. But Cervelli, there he is.
Well, I loved having him behind the plate last night in that game, that second game. He is a nice throwback kind of umpire. Really bellows out the calls.
They called a very good game too.
Yeah,
when we don't talk about the umpires, that means they did a great job.
Yeah, there wasn't everybody misses a couple here or there. It's what about 90% accurate according to the
That's
computer.
about
Most
the
of the
best,
guys.
yeah.
So you can't complain too often about what they do. They're always right around that number.
So 2 up and 2 down for Michael Fulmer. Got the makings of what could be a pitcher's duel after a very offensive doubleheader yesterday. It's based on these 2 pitchers' capabilities. Colin Moran homered yesterday. .294. Has really enjoyed becoming a Pirate hitting in this ballpark. We kind of thought about maybe some of these lefty hitters. Pirates have a wider array of regulars, and you look at the numbers at home. .452 here in this ballpark. That's the best in the National League for home batting average so far. Those numbers will even out some, both on the home and the road, as we move along.
Well, the thing about Colin, you think about what he does as a hitter. When he drives the ball, most of the time he'll pull it, so you get the short porch. And he hits line drives to the big part of the field, where the left fielder has a lot of ground to cover. A lot of area out there for a base hit, so it's kind of made for this ballpark.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Beautiful afternoon here in Pittsburgh, and no score on our UPMC scoreboard. Great day to be at the ball yard. Temperature's going to get into the 60s before we're all said and done today. Bring your kids to work day. Well, what if you don't work at the ballpark? Well, you can bring them to the ballpark anyway. It's better than going to work. We're lucky we get to do both. Jose Iglesias will start it off for Detroit.
Greatest jobs in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Watching baseball for a living. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah, it's not like you were growing up wanting to be an announcer, right? Now you've done this what, 25th season?
I'm just thankful to the guys that actually came up with this job decades ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, we should have someone comment on the game.
Yeah.
Okay. And think about all the other people that provide this right there. Our cameramen and women, all the technicians in the truck.
Those are the guys that actually have to have a talent.
Skills. One of the best in the business. A lot goes into making this happen for you.
One of the things that I kind of got a laugh out of when I first started this was that kind of slang for announcers is what I learned was the talent. And
it makes me blush every time I hear that, because I think about what everybody else does. And
yeah, we're the least talented,
right?
At least I am. Everyone else is that actually has a talent.
I know Microsoft Office. I mean, I could have put that on my resume. There's Greg Brown, Steve Blass. There's talent. Fought off and dumped into right. Iglesias will start the Tigers third with a base hit. We've been showing a lot of kids here at the ballpark. Sundays are the kids' days here at PNC Park. And the Pirates will be hosting the Cardinals at 1:35. Come on out early for the Family Fun Zone out on Federal Street. And kids run the bases after the game. All kids 14 and younger get a mini bat on Sunday. Thanks to Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield together with Allegheny Health Network. Go to pirates.com/kidsdays. defensive bunt.
It's such a disadvantage for American League teams in National League ballparks. That was a boring fastball.
Yeah.
A little side spin to it, kept running in on Fulmer's hands.
Good look on our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Now ahead of him, 0-2. Now they don't get the chance to bat, and now that, remember, interleague play for a long time was concentrated. You might have you know, 2 kind of sections of when you're going to have interleague play
now
for the
it's
year.
Spread all over.
Could be at any time. So for those American League teams, you just get in a quick batting practice before, and that's that. Fulmer strikes out trying to bunt.
Yeah, I think you know, the American League teams are much more at a disadvantage. I've kind of flip-flopped on this a couple of times over the years, but now that I really, you know, watch it and I think more clearly about it, they have a much greater disadvantage when they are here in the National League as when we go to an American League. I mean, we can find somebody to go out there and, you know, hit in that lineup.
There's Francisco Liriano on the right, the ex-Bucco.
But to all of a sudden have to, you know, have one of your pitchers contribute, even a sacrifice bunt, is something that some of these guys maybe haven't done in years. That's a big ask, even though it looks like a simple thing. It's not.
Stephen Brault likes to bat. The Pirates have some good hitting pitchers, but
yeah, it's an advantage for the Pirates to play American League teams here at PNC Park. There's no doubt in my mind.
And Jordan Zimmerman batted a lot when he was with Washington, but Detroit, the way that they're constructed, Iglesias is back. Victor Martinez is only a DH, and at 39 years old, he's not going to play the field, so he does not play except for being a pinch hitter. A shuffle step back to the bag.
Missed him on the tag. I don't think it was there. The throw wasn't there early enough anyway.
You see a lot of times first baseman, and I don't think, like you said, I don't think he's going to get him on that particular play, but let that ball travel as far as they possibly can toward the bag, because the ball is going to move faster than your glove sweeping. So kind of interesting to watch how first baseman receive the ball.
Very important down at second base when someone's trying to steal, that you don't go toward the catcher and catch the ball and then try and bring it back for a tag. Let the ball do that. As you say, it's going to do it much quicker than your hands are going to do it.
Depends on the throw you get too. If you get an accurate throw, then you can do that. Right down Broadway there.
Yeah, nothing tricky with that pitch. He went right at him. Behind in the count.
Well, you pointed that out.
Threw a fastball right down the pipe and no contact. I guess he foul ticked it maybe. Looks like the call was for a two-seamer.
Varying his time home. Played on a hop. And the only play is to first.
Ball was hit hard. Got the ground ball. You know, he threw the two-seamer down away. This is what you wanted. The grounder, but hit firm. Frazier could not handle it. Too hot to handle.
But did the right thing, get in front of it, right? I mean, that's
keep the ball. You get an out of it that way.
It doesn't tickle. Nova already registering 6 ground ball outs. Iglesias will advance to third. And Nova continuing to get better and better at getting those ground ball outs as the season has gone on. That's really his hallmark.
Sure. I mean, that's the probably a bigger reason for his efficiency than anything else, is because he can get ground ball outs. And if you throw a lot of strikes and you get the ball put on the ground most of the time, you're going to get a lot of outs on the first, second, third pitch of the at bat. And you're going to look up there and you've pitched 4 innings and you've thrown 42 pitches.
Nova last year led starters in baseball fewest pitches per inning. Now Machado to ground out. Iglesias at third. .25 of the 34 pitches Nova has thrown have been fastballs so far. But your scouting report, Bob's been right on. When he's behind, he throws a fastball way more often than that even. You can just guarantee it pretty much.
Pretty much.
And he throws a lot of strikes.
You know, what's funny too is I've always thought, and I think this is true, you'll probably agree with this, he's got one of the better curveballs you'll see. But he just goes to that, I guess, in need when he has to. He can't get it done with that fastball, then he'll bring out that hook. Then he throws it hard at 81. Nice sharp break to it.
That was one of the more effective pitches in baseball last year, especially when he faced right-handed hitters. They only hit .088.
Now here's the thing too about that. If he used it more, then probably the effectiveness wouldn't be up there as high.
That's a great point that people
still a quality pitch, but one of the reasons when you see numbers like that is because it's used during exactly the right amount.
I've been hearing a lot about some comparisons on increasing breaking stuff. The Pirates starters throw more fastballs as a unit percentage-wise than any other starting rotation in baseball, but it doesn't necessarily mean, right, if you just throw more of the pitch you're really good at, then it's going to still be effective.
It totally depends on who you're what pitchers are we talking about here. And
it could be that way, but it
could be, but
it doesn't mean one is the other. Another grounder to third for Machado, and Nova
looking good,
working around a couple of men in scoring position so far today. Otherwise, it's been his place. Here in the third inning. Good luck to the Pens. We'll begin round 2 tomorrow. Or tonight. Today's Thursday. I feel like it's all been one big day after the doubleheader yesterday. Sean Rodriguez celebrating happy number 33 today for number 3. 33 pitches for Fulmer. Take a look at some of our tweets on the lowdown, and folks making sure that they wished Sean a happy birthday. That's nice.
What that catch he made against the wall.
Really enjoyed that.
Man, what a slam the wall with his face, and within a blink of an eye, he already had the throw going back to the infield.
Kind of made it over his shoulder too, which I thought was especially nimble, knowing that he was about to make contact with the wall. 5 strikeouts for Fulmer, including 3 in a row. He gave up just 1 run over 8 innings in that start back on Easter Sunday. Ray Surridge with Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams celebrating a birthday yesterday. Got the day off on his birthday. Do you ever pitch on your birthday? Can you remember?
Winter ball.
A winter ball. Oh yeah. I could have covered myself up with that, but no, I forgot about that.
Actually, I have no idea. Went to winter ball 1 year. I might have pitched on my birthday.
And Nova quickly down on strikes. No wonder I haven't wished you happy birthday yet. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and also much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. Now, Steve Blass probably pitched on his birthday,
Most
April
likely,
birthday.
yeah.
Yeah.
More than once.
I know that's Josh Harrison. He's still nursing that broken 5th metacarpal. That's the bone right beneath the pinky into the hand. And been traveling with the club when they've been out on the road. And he's still very much a part of what's going on.
I got to believe after breaking that bone twice, the same bone, and he'll have one of those guards on that Freeze wears when he hits.
I saw him today and then couldn't cross paths. I was going to ask him that same thing because I would imagine, yeah, there would be something, some sort of hardened backing to the batting glove that you see sometimes. Frazier has worked the count full. Pirates have 1 base runner against Fulmer so far. That was the double by Polanco back in the 1st inning. He struck out 6 of the first 9 the first time around in the order. And he has retired 8 Pirates in a row. Pitcher's duel so far through 3. Grove making his way back to a mound, pitching in a simulated game yesterday, a 2-inning sim game. First time that he really threw the full complement of pitches and tried to throw the fastball at his normal velocity, and getting closer to going out on a rehab assignment. Nothing announced just yet, but has not pitched for the Pirates. Thought he was going to be ready to go that first turnaround, but reported some more trouble than usual recovering from his final start at Pirate City in late March. So a right shoulder muscle strain has kept him out.
A.J. Schugel getting close to health. He's been pitching well
down in Indianapolis. Made his 4th rehab appearance on Tuesday, 2 scoreless innings. Another ground ball for Ivan Nova. He's got 5 of those have been pulled to Moran so far out of the 10 outs.
They pull the ball, they put it on the ground. Lefties are pulling it the other way. Righties pull, pull, pull.
Nova in command. Gotten 10 outs on 40 pitches.
Nova's saying, I'll show you launch angle.
Lots of negatives in that department. Nova is fun to watch when he's on his game, which has been more often than not this season. And he's pitched well here too. I think that's been a nice confidence builder for him after pitching in that tiny ballpark in New York.
You got a hitter going up there and saying, hey, I'm tired of watching all these pull side ground balls. I'm going to go the other way. And hit it pretty decent, elevated it. You know, maybe if it had been down the line or in a gap, that could have been trouble. But Polanco there, and Gregory squeezed it.
He was playing about 100 feet off the line, right about where Castellanos hit it.
You go the other way, a lot better chance of lifting the ball to the air and getting that launch angle.
Nico Goodrum, a strikeout victim. And Nova in his Pirates career here, an ERA under 3.
Goodrum, same thing, goes the other way, gets the ball in the air off the end of the bat, so instead of carrying out for an out, it dumps in for a base hit. You know, I'm sure that somebody's going, why weren't they doing this when the game started? You hit 2 guys in a row, they get the ball in the air when they go the other way. And I don't have an answer for that, because I've seen it for years,
pitched here?
And
because
years
he's
and
pitched
years.
away. I mean, I guess you can inside out it, but
that same ball, that same exact pitch got hit off Fraser's chest earlier.
I see.
The ground ball, same ball, little sinker down and away, pulled it, rolled over, hit a ground ball to second.
The adjustments perhaps being made. Goodrum running
Out.
Great throw. And the tag applied by Frazier.
Threw that from his knees. Nice arm.
Goodrum caught stealing for the first time this season in 5 tries. And Ron Gardenhire, at least for now, wants to take a further look. Let us take a further look.
Look at that. Got his knees in the dirt. Right there. As long as the tag was applied, he's out. And we'll take a look here ourselves.
Yes, yeah. No doubt.
No, not close.
So Cervelli throws out Goodrum, keeping the game scoreless.
all-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
What a gorgeous day here at PNC Park. Spring has sprung. And Polanco. Gregory to lead it off. One pitch, one out for Michael Fulmer. I'll tell you what, let's give a tip of the cap to the grounds crew here, Matt Brown and company, for keeping this field looking like it's been, 65 and sunny every day over the last month.
I tell you, this is a gorgeous ballpark, but one of the main things is that the playing surface is always immaculate.
I can't imagine that's easy to do when it's when you have frosty temperatures a few weeks ago.
You got to shovel snow off the grass.
Yeah. It's had to happen. And those guys work sometimes around the clock, sometimes weeks on end, depending on a long homestand and some events come summertime usually.
Yep.
And they are very skilled at what they do. So thanks. Part of why PNC Park is the best ballpark in America.
Look at that.
You could.
Says it all. Right
It's
there.
just. We were very glad to be here today. If you couldn't tell, thanks for being along with us.
Ooh. Oh, forgot who was pitching for a second.
We'll take
I thought
that.
Nova was out there. Never mind.
Yeah. Just as a pitcher, you're just.
Yeah, just oohing as a pitcher.
Puts him in a hitter's count, and he hits. He's a hitter, so he hits, right?
Goes the other way.
Yeah.
There you are.
Second Pirate base runner against Fulmer. 6-game hitting streak now for Marte.
There's that pitch we were talking about, down and away, moving away from him. If Marte tries to pull that, he's going to hit a ground ball at somebody over on that left side, but instead he goes the other way with it. Nice little line drive base hit.
I wonder if Marte may entertain running even with one out.
Sure. I think Marte should run every chance he gets. He should be like Omar Marino.
I saw him this morning.
Take off.
He's here today. Because he's in a different class than the rest.
Absolutely. He is a base stealer at all times. He'll get thrown out, sure, but the vast majority of the time he hits a single, he's going to turn it into a double. I have that kind of confidence in him as a base stealer. And I've seen him over the last few years, and he gets good jumps, and he can run.
7 for 9 this year. And already in the top 10, tied for 10th in the Pirates all-time list in steals.
If he runs regularly, I think he can maintain an over 75, or maybe 75. I'll say over 70% success ratio. Now, I don't know if that's, if you melt down all these numbers and say that that's worth it, getting thrown out maybe 25% of the time. I'm not
But I
sure
like it
about
here
that.
because Fulmer's tough, and runs may be hard to come by today. But I'm with you too. I mean, yeah, he's a special guy in that regard. So, yeah, see, hey, go, Starling Marte.
Show it.
There's a comma in there.
Point the sign the other way.
Yeah. Don't tell us. Tell him. Maybe he will, right?
Go.
He didn't get the sign.
So I don't think he needs a sign.
No, I mean the sign from the kids.
Yeah, he didn't.
Because it was pointed the other way.
I all of a sudden jumped back to the field, and
double entendre.
You hadn't come over yet. You were still out there. Oh, it's kid day, so that's why.
Right. Yeah. See, they got the sign.
What's this say? Love the Pirates.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
I like that sign. He's got a Superman T-shirt. Super Bucko. They must have had some cotton candy. I think that's official. It's kids' coffee, right?
Yep. Coffee for children.
Corey Dickerson lined out the other way. Let's see if Marte goes with 2 outs now. may not have the opportunity. And McCann registers the final out. Scoreless through 4. Rocks is back, and our featured band Friday will be Latecomer as the Bucks will host the Cardinals here at PNC Park. Tune in for Friday Night Rocks, presented by Iron City Beer. Tomorrow, starting at 6:30 p.m. right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Looking forward to that. Let's go Pens, let's go Bucks. Here, a scoreless game through 4. Just an enjoyable afternoon at the ball yard. Finally starting to be baseball weather.
Yeah, it is baseball weather. Oh, Jack Wilson.
And his little shortstop right there. It's a Thursday afternoon rocks when you bring your baby to the ballpark. James McCann couldn't his first time. He grounded to the catcher. To Sean Rodriguez. Another ground ball out for Ivan Nova. This is a Tigers outfit that collected 20 hits in the opener of the doubleheader yesterday. Nova has allowed 3. A couple of singles and a ball that eluded Marte in center and went for a triple. Victor Reyes, Rule 5 pick for the Tigers, meaning they got to keep him on the roster the whole year. Played in Double-A in Jackson, Tennessee last year. Who's going to get there? What a catch by Sean Rodriguez!
Who do you think?
My goodness, he makes some astounding plays.
He is a human highlight film, isn't he?
Does everything so fundamentally sound. What a play.
You know, one of the things that makes him so good at playing defense and making the astonishing plays is there's no fear whatsoever in the way he plays. The only thing on his mind at that moment is, I am catching this baseball.
And runs right to the spot.
Yep. He will dive flat out. You don't ever see him catch the ball and then after the ball hits his glove leave his feet, dive for it. see sometimes.
And Moran makes a nice snare as well at the hot corner.
He's a showboater, Moran, isn't he? See that?
Sean Rodriguez getting the first star. Look at this. I mean, both men on the left side of the infield making very good plays, but he traveled 107 feet. Which, you think about it, that's more than between the bases, and that ball was not up there for very long.
His total commitment to making that catch.
Pays to have a 6'4" third baseman, right?
Yeah.
The tallest regular third baseman in Pirates history.
It needed to be that tall for that one.
And so both men making great plays behind Nova.
Both those guys is really showboaters. They just do the job.
Couldn't be any more sarcastic right now.
Yeah, I can.
Well, okay. I shouldn't have phrased it that way.
You just wait.
Yeah, that may not have been the way to say it.
I'm going to take that as a challenge.
There we go. Well, which pitcher is going to blink first? Nova has been razor sharp. Michael Fulmer has been very, very good.
Yeah.
I like games like this.
Very well. Oh, these are fantastic.
It's fun when you win those wild offensive games. And I like those every once in a while, too.
Those kind of games are always, how many times during a wild offensive game slugfest like that, even if you win,
kind of more relieved at the end, right?
Yeah. As the game's going on, how many times you're going, oh, you know what I mean?
Why didn't we do this rather than being happy for what you did do?
Here they come again. You know, it's like that where this game right here is just, you're at the edge of your seat. You're watching these guys pitch, and you're just thinking one key thing, and you got a W.
Well, you know, it's always a slugfest at Coors Field. And thinking about our day automotive this day in Pirates history a couple of years ago, Andrew McCutcheon taking one to each field at Coors, a 3-home run day. Always get that feeling when you play in the altitude at Denver. Left, center, right.
1, 2, 3.
A couple of years ago today. Checking in on McCutcheon in San Francisco. 3 homers, hit .205 right now for the Giants, who try to withstand some early injuries to their rotation, below 500.
Giants will be in town next month sometime, aren't they?
Yeah, May 11, 12, 13. I think we all circled that on the calendar.
I circled the
After
month of
about
May. I knew it was May, but I don't know.
Mid-January.
I didn't know what day.
And we'll all stand up and give him a round of applause when he comes back.
I'm one of those who we playing tomorrow type guys.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Okay.
Yeah. Red team. Everyday game of baseball. Yeah. First look at St. Louis. They've already had a bunch of changes here in their first month of the season. Bullpen in flux. They've incorporated some rookies. I like to, you were talking about this the other day. I like to see the division teams as early as possible, kind of size up the competition. Yeah, don't tease me.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed the division games more.
Yeah.
No matter what, anytime. But I like seeing them early.
You like the imbalanced schedule then, right? Where you play the division more?
I like seeing our division because we don't play them during spring training.
There's a base hit for Moran. Might be able to get 2 out of this. See the arm of Reyes. And a 2-base hit for Colin Moran. He just keeps on hitting.
Line drives the other way to the big part, the big left field here, where you have one guy having to cover all that acreage out there, and then normally when it gets that exit speed going and lifts the ball so he can get it out of the air, then he's going to hit it hopefully to the short porch.
Thought that pitch was going to be on the outer edge, but it was boring in on him.
Yep.
Able to still do something with it. Good knack as a hitter.
It hit that little corner of the stands, which put the double in doubt for a moment. But if rather that sneak all the way down to the foul pole.
5th double for Moran. There it is, just jutting out right there. Not a lot of foul
ground.
ground
Go down
right
that
there.
line. You want it to keep going down that little alleyway.
Sometimes I can kick around the boards out there.
Might even get a triple out of it if the left fielder's overplayed his hand. And it's come in to anticipate the bounce off the stands. Now he's got to turn around and run after it. Fast guy's going to get 3.
Well, Moran made a great play in the top half of this inning. So did Sean Rodriguez. How many times does a guy make a great play and the next time he comes up?
Always happens.
Oh, it's always pointed out when it does happen. Put it that
Always
way.
happens. Leads off the next inning. Well, Sean didn't lead off this inning.
And the Pirates' final game against the Tigers, interleague play. The Pirates have had a lot of interleague play here early on this season. They'll play the White Sox on this upcoming road trip. Stephen Brault.
Well, you know, I like getting that out of the way early also. So I don't know what I like more.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the interleague play that I dislike, or getting to see the division teams.
You're such a purist, Bob. I like that about you.
I like what I like.
Oh.
Don't you like what you like?
I don't. Is this a trick question? I feel like this kind of conversation I have with my wife sometimes, and I don't know the right answer.
I guess she's not listening right now.
Maybe. I'll find out. Let's take a look at our Nissan Road Ahead coming up as we're talking about the Cardinals.
It is the Cardinals.
Yeah. And Miles Michaelis will start for come back over from Japan. Interesting to see how he has changed. Jack Flaherty, the rookie from, still think he's a rookie status, and then the Luke Weaver, good young pitcher for the Cardinals. Yeah, the Pirates got to find a starter for Sunday, but Brault's going to be the hurler tomorrow night because of the doubleheader yesterday. The Sunday start in flux. Clint Hurdle not really giving us a whole lot as to what the Pirates are going to do, but they've got some good options down at AAA, or right now we haven't seen Tyler Glasnow pitch in a while, so
Pirates like to hold their cards close to their vest.
Yeah, why give the other team more information than they should.
How are we, boys?
Not a very good birthday gift. Right off the side of that left foot. Swoosh.
No, we know the exit velocity of this is, you know, in the neighborhood of 100 miles an hour. Right off your foot, ankle. Yeah, it hurts.
Pain has not gone away, but they'll get right back in there. 9th pitch of the at bat upcoming. Talking with Clint Hurdle the other day about who bats in that 8th spot in the National League lineup, and Mercer does that quite a bit, but Sean in there today, and Hurdle talking about, you know, you need a guy that, paraphrasing, but could be a grown man, I think was the phrase that he used, in the sense that, you know, knowing the situation, knowing that he may not get a lot to hit.
Somebody with some baseball smarts.
Yes. And Sean and Jordy Mercer certainly fit that bill. Might have tipped the glove of Fulmer. Still are able to get the out. Moran is at 3rd with 2 away now. Well, at the very least, you know, getting 10 pitches out of Fulmer here. Who does get a piece of this, leaping for it.
Yeah,
I don't think it
lucky
helped
for
nor hurt.
Like for the Tigers, that he just didn't deflect it left or right. Still kept going toward Machado.
Nova with a 2-out chance, looking for his first career run batted in. Spending most of his career in New York with the Yankees in the junior circuit, which is celebrating their 118th season.
I want to make an adjustment to something I said earlier. On days Nova pitches, we don't have that big of an advantage over American League team.
He had the lowest batting average in Pirates history last year.
Tweak my earlier comment a little bit.
He's coming around. He works at it. What else can I say here?
He does work at it.
He's a really good pitcher.
Has a tendency to step in the bucket a little bit. Doesn't really hang in there all the time.
And he's down on strikes looking. So the 1-out double left aboard here in the 5th. Still zeros across. in our generation. Joey Votto, and maybe one of the greatest of the next generation, Ronald Acuna, perhaps.
Went upper tank. That's a pretty good blast, even at the Great American Ballpark.
Acuna born in December of '97. Youngest player.
Holy cow.
I can hear everybody wincing. When
Yeah.
Yeah, he's by all accounts going to be awfully good. Braves got some good young players, either just coming up or to be coming up. Michael Fulmer 0 for 8 in his career. Now we get to see the Atlanta Braves in spring training from time to time. That's what's fun. I like one of the things I like about spring training is you get to see those guys in the upper minor leagues before they've arrived on the scene, and you can just get a glimpse of maybe what this player is going to be like. Those are the pitches by inning. Yes, 3 innings already of 7 or fewer pitches, and he strikes out Fulmer to start the 6th. Long at bat, 4 pitches. Hey, you want to come out to PNC Park for Zambelli Fireworks Night on Saturday when the Pirates will host the Cardinals at 7:05. And you can stick around for those post-game Zambelli Fireworks presented by 93.7 The Fan. Get your tickets. Go to pirates.com/fireworks. Finally get some weekend action. Enjoying a nice day at the ballpark. Off Nova's glove. If he picked it up, he would have had Martin, but he runs well, and I think he may have hurried it.
Yeah, I think he rushed himself a little bit there to try and pick the ball up. Take that extra blink of an eye to make sure you got the ball in your hand. There it is, laying right there, just pick it up. Yeah, I think he had enough time to make sure he got this ball in his hand.
It'll go as an error.
An error?
Oh, it should be. Because once he went for the ball, and if he just picked it up and lightly underhanded it to first, he still got it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I'm not going to argue it. It's uncommon for a pitcher to get a fielding error, but it does happen, and at times it's warranted. Most of the time it's messing up an obvious easy throw. That's what pitchers are famous for. They can't throw the ball. Figure that out.
They practice to first base all the time, in addition to home, of course. A rare base runner for Detroit. Dixon Machado is grounded out to third, and he's also grounded out to third. Moran will back up now over there. Coming in again. I think he backed up with the pitch. I don't think they would bunt here. Not with 1 out. Good thing they didn't, huh? Martin's going to move to third. And that quick throw in limits Machado to a single. Now the Tigers threatening here with 1 out.
Well, we need a third ground ball to third base. Machado getting that ball in the air. Nova not too happy with it.
Fastball right down the middle. This time.
Well, he didn't try to
well.
pull it. It did go out towards center field. Marte cutting it off, so he was able to get it a little bit in the air on the line. Now Cabrera, he's two ground balls to third, correct? Am I right about that?
Yes. And he's hit into 3 double plays this year. Does not run particularly well and hits the ball hard.
But here's what I'm thinking. He is one of the great players of all time.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to try and pull this ball.
Going to try to hit it to the right side.
Not only is he a great talent, I think he's a very wise hitter. And he knows that he's got a nice hole on that other side. He's going to try and hit this ball the other way. If I'm Nova, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm throwing pitches to try and prevent that.
And right towards short. He did just that.
He was able to knock that ball down and make it a very simple double play.
Nova getting those ground ball outs, and the defense helping it behind it. Facing one of the game's greatest hitters in Miguel Cabrera.
Absolutely, and he does try and go back up through the middle with this one, but didn't get a lot on it. I think it got off the end of the bat, then Nova slowed it down even further. And one thing Cabrera does not do well anymore, and you pointed this out as he was stepping into the box, he's not fast. So very easy double play.
And Nova getting a little help from his friends. $11 of the outs of the 18 behind him on the ground. That in the air, and a base hit for Frazier, hard out of the box. And Martin had to get there quickly to make sure Frazier limited to just a single. So third time around in the order now. Let's see if the Pirates have started to solve Fulmer at all.
Anytime a player's scuffling a little bit and he hits that line drive the other direction, you kind of, or I always wonder, okay, is this going to be the hit to where he, like, you know, figures something out? Say, well, okay, there we go. That feels good. I like that swing.
And we don't anticipate Frazier hitting around 200 much longer.
Normally he hits 2 of those line drives a game somewhere.
Now Polanco, who doubled back to the first. Pirates working with the leadoff man on for the first time today. And Fulmer coming off of a 25 pitch inning. Really thought that was a great at bat by Sean Rodriguez that may pay dividends more in this inning than it did because he made the second out last inning, but a 10 pitch at bat, and you know, might steal an inning away from Fulmer. Remember, the Tigers They're using a lot out of their bullpen in the doubleheader yesterday. They got a reinforcement calling up Johnny Barbado, the ex-Pirate, today. Have an extra arm down there.
Well, if he throws 15 more pitches in this inning, he's done for the day, right?
Yeah, you think so by today's standards.
Yep.
He's making himself work here. Yeah, Fulmer has not even thrown 100 pitches yet in a game.
He will be done no matter what. I'm surprised they don't have anybody throwing in the pen, to be honest with you. They're about to throw number 87.
He walks Polanco. I probably think they will. But instead,
a 3-0 double play ball.
That swings the pendulum quite a bit.
Yeah, you got a 3-0 count. You know you got a pitcher that you might be able to knock out of the game, and you get the double play ground ball instead. You know, that's
not a pitch you swing at.
No,
on 3-0.
That's ball 4. Anybody that swings at ball 4 on 3-0, you got to believe. You know, you do that very often, you're going to lose the ability to do that. You're going to start seeing the take sign.
Even if you think it's over the outer edge, right? I mean, it's not your pitch.
No, there's no way that's your pitch.
You're just hoping that you get one pretty much down the middle, right?
Yeah, you're not even thinking about 3-0. I'm going to hit a strike. No, 3-0. You're going to hit a ball that's in a spot the size of the palm of your hand. That's where you're
middle of the plate.
You're guessing.
Thigh high, right? Whatever your general sweet spot is.
Whatever you think your happy spot is.
Yeah.
That's where you're looking for that fastball. And if they make the mistake and they throw it there, then hit the heck out of it.
Otherwise, let it go.
That's the thought about hitting 3-0. Kind of like what you were saying earlier about being a number 8 hitter with a pitcher behind you. You got to use your head. And I think, right there, Polanco's just over anxious.
In a scoreless game, trying to.
Not only did he swing at a ball that was so well off the plate away, he kind of double mistake. He tried to pull it and put the ball on the ground.
And with a pitcher who keeps falling behind here. Trying to run up that pitch count, run him out of the game, prolong the inning, get into that Tigers bullpen, which has been taxed quite a bit. And a 2-out walk. First walk issued by Fulmer.
Kind of looked like he might be running out of gas a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it to me too.
You know, he threw 4 straight balls to Polanco, and now you get the walk on, what was there, 5 pitches?
Well, they're going to bring out an athletic trainer as well. There's no activity in the Tigers pen as Chris Bosio, the pitching coach, comes out. I don't know if Fulmer had been dealing with a blister or anything like that.
Yeah, it must be something that was going on during the game that they know about, and seeing this sudden wildness here in this inning, wanting to go out and have a talk.
He has been razor sharp with his command, but this inning has not been. And in a scoreless game, no room for error. Now, if he does have to come out, the Tigers would have all the time that they would need to get somebody up.
You know, if there's a question of whether he can stay in the game or not, why wouldn't Gardner have been out there in the first place?
Yeah, that.
Why did he come out late?
Yeah, the Tigers manager came out toward the end of that conversation.
He's the one that's got to make that call. So when you're going out to check on somebody, I mean, like if there's a problem out there, Clinton always goes out.
Well, sure, right.
Because he's got to make a decision of, okay, you stay in the game or no, we're getting you out of here.
Well, Fulmer's apparently good enough to stay in. We'll see if he makes a mistake to Bell here. See if there's anything we could.
Didn't see anything there.
Way outside for ball one.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah. Not sure. Well, the Tigers again. You know, this is what we were talking about yesterday, having to use so many guys out of their pen, which has not been all that effective anyway. Kind of dropped down a little bit to get a strike there.
I think it was change it, but still it wasn't a strike. It was outside. Not throwing strikes. I think this is a changeup. Splitter.
He hasn't had a called strike this inning. I don't know if he's thrown but one ball in the strike zone. There's that
one.
would be number 2.
That might be the first one. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Marte fouled the ball back. Was that in the strike zone? Or Frazier's hit?
I don't recall.
Those would be the only 2. I hit a spot there,
Yeah.
but outside.
Yeah, you got a guy that's struggling to throw strikes, so you set up, foot off the plate, he puts the ball right there. Ball. Well,
now the Tigers.
The other side of the
going.
coin, we've been swinging the toes out there, so why not? I guess. Yeah,
Former Pirate Johnny Barbado.
That would be the argument for that.
Well, at this point, Marte has not tried to run. Got a baseball there. With the 98th pitch from Fulmer. There goes Marte. Pitch sailing in there, and Marte in with his 8th stolen base.
No contest. You know, a pretty good pitch to run on. Fastball up. Or a pretty good pitch to throw on,
Yeah.
I mean. Pretty confident in his jump there. He decided he had plenty of time to take a look.
It's a fair ball. And that's how the inning ends. Through 6, still 0-0.
National Football League's annual player draft begins tonight, and a former Pirates minor leaguer is expected to get picked pretty high. Yes, a former Pirate. I'm talking about Hayden Hurst. He is a tight end from the University of South Carolina. He's expected to be drafted late in the first round or early in the second round, and Tom Prince was a coach in the minor leagues for a long time before he came up to the big league club and worked with Hayden Hurst and said he's super, super excited and happy for him to get drafted. So the Pirates picked him in 2012, 17th round, and he played parts of 2 seasons for their Gulf Coast League team in 13 and 14. He was a pitcher and first baseman. Then he decided to leave baseball. He walked on to the South Carolina football team in 2015, and then the next year he set school records for receptions and yards. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, one NFL executive told me, Joe and Bob, that he expects to be late first, early second round, maybe in the top 40 is where Hayden Hurst is to get drafted. So if you do a little search on him for Baseball Reference, you'll see his stats in there. Pretty cool story. Former Bucco minor leaguer. Look for him to maybe, just maybe, get picked tonight. If not, should happen tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Robbie, for that. You know, and sometimes it goes the other way around, but to start with baseball and then to try football, pretty neat. Sometimes you see that with some quarterbacks in the past. There's Tom Prince, and you know, it makes me think about Bo Jackson and Brian Jordan, who played in the 80s, 90s, being able to play in Major League Baseball and in the NFL at the same time. That, you know, and at, you know, the top levels, and being very, very good at both. Deion Sanders, of course, too, Pro Bowlers, and also you know, very good baseball players. Bo Jackson, an All-Star.
Yeah, Bo
Amazing,
Jackson,
the athletes.
Bo Jackson is the guy that just amazes me.
Yeah.
You know, not only was he playing both sports, you could almost make an argument that he was the best player in both sports. I mean, it just.
Or one of them at the very least.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
He was incredible at running back, and the few times I got to see him with my own eyes play the game of baseball, it was like he was playing a different sport than the rest of us were. It was. He was awesome. The size, the running speed, the bat speed he had, incredible.
And for our younger audience, look up some of those names. And amazing the dedication it takes. So good luck to all those entering the NFL draft beginning tonight.
Played with a pitcher that had spent time in 2 different cities. Ron Reed. I don't know if you ever remember him with the Phillies. He was in the bullpen. Played a little bit, I believe, for your Detroit Pistons at one point.
Can you give me the name again? Someone's
Ron
talking about
Reed.
Oh, Ron Reed. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. With the White Sox later on and stuff. But yeah, briefly with Detroit.
Yeah.
In the NBA.
I used to
6'6".
Kind of pick his brain a little bit about how it was to play basketball at the top level. He said that 6'6" was so good, but he's 6. Yeah, he really needed to be a little taller. He said that would have made a big difference for him. A few more inches.
Certainly good enough to pitch, though, being 6'6". So we're watching a special on Dave Parker earlier. Dave Winfield.
Oh yeah.
Could have played football. He could have played basketball.
Big baseball.
Became a Hall of Famer in baseball.
Remember the other day, or was this yesterday, we were talking about guys getting older and still being able to hit the fastball, and I told you there was a guy that I had like a little bit of a moment like that. Okay, he's getting older now. I'm gonna see if I can
throw one by him.
Yeah,
or something?
he ended up hitting. That was Winfield. But
oh, it was Winfield. Yeah.
I thought, you know, I don't know if he can turn on this anymore.
And he verified it.
Yeah, he did.
He was also 6'6".
He was big.
Victor Reyes on deck for Detroit. Nova has gotten 2 quick outs, just at 70 pitches here in the 7th. And he strikes out James McCann. Foul tip, I beg your pardon. I'm just foretelling the next pitch.
You're just a pitch ahead of things, though.
I was just looking down at the script. This is a long inning. It's going to be the 2nd longest inning for Nova now. It'll be 11 or more pitches. Can you believe that? All but one inning has been 10 or fewer pitches.
Didn't miss by much, just a little low.
Looking it over. Yep, he's tiring. He's had an 11-pitch inning so far. Well, what do we do? I mean, this is when Nova's at his best. It's fun to watch. one of the few guys in the game that can do this.
Yeah.
These days. And McCann gonna try for extra bases. We'll have a 2-out double here. Detroit had a little bit of an uprising in the 6th with 1st and 3rd and 1 out. And Nova quickly quelled that with a double play ball. And that was facing Miguel Cabrera.
This ball up a little higher than Nova wanted it. It's just,
I'm going to finish this guy off, right?
yeah, he missed the spot he wanted to throw that. I think they were trying to just kind of dot an I with one down and away, and it was probably about 6 inches higher than he wanted to, and it drifted back over the heart of the plate. But even when that happens to him occasionally, it doesn't mean he's going to give up a base hit. Could be a line drive at somebody.
One pitch later, he's out of the inning. And we'll stretch here in this scoreless game. And Daniel Stumpf is now on for Detroit.
Stumpf very tough against the left-handers, not so much against right-handers. Say he's one of those lefties, not uncommon, pitches more games. He's got 11 in just 8 innings of work. So he'll come in occasionally and just get a little partial, get a lefty out, and then boom, he's out of the game.
Nova talking it over with Ray Sirich. And Nova has not allowed multiple hits in an inning today, and has not walked a batter so far for the 4th consecutive start. Nova's gone again another big stretch there. 106 batters without a walk.
You know what's fun sometimes? We haven't seen it today, but Nova and Cervelli have this little thing going when they're battery mates on a certain. You see that discussion in between innings going back and forth, and at times it can get a little exciting looking.
The odd couple.
A couple of guys that have their opinions, and they'll talk it over. I always like to watch that back and forth with those two. Haven't seen that today. There's nothing really to talk about.
A lot of mutual respect there.
Oh yeah.
And Dickerson, who has hit lefties well this year, 5 for 10. The old small sample size, but
hey,
even splits last year throughout the whole season.
It's what you got to deal with in April. You're not gonna have those real solid numbers you can hang your hat on, but there's still, you can look at early trends. And as you point out, he's always been decent at it.
Yeah, just 10 at bats against lefties, but 5 hits already. Certainly has handled righties fine. But yeah, looking back at his All-Star season last year with Tampa Bay, pretty even. Which means, okay, everyday player. Don't have to sit him against a lefty starter. Out towards center. Martin has the first out. And the Pirates will begin a 3-game series at PNC Park against the Cardinals tomorrow at 7:05. If you're one of the first 20,000 fans through the gates, you get a Pirates umbrella thanks to Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pirates Cardinals Friday 7:05. Get your tickets at pirates.com. Hopefully we'll never need it at the ballpark the rest of the year. Or at least for a while.
I think next year, that opening homestand, we're going to have a snow shovel day.
Oh, wow. Next year, I bet opening day is going to be 68 degrees, and we'll forget all about this.
It will be.
It's one of those years.
We give away snow shovels.
Yeah. Salt. Rock salt. Cervelli underneath it. Dixon Machado has the second out. So Stumpf gets the first 2 men.
Miranda stepping in now here with 2 outs. He's hit lefties pretty well, hasn't he? Or am I mistaken with that? Small sample size, perhaps. I know he's off to a good start this year against him. I don't know how it's panned out as the months gone along.
He says his swing is you know, that swing that he's retooled last year, more direct. Feels like that helped him with lefties last year. In the minor leagues hit 281. And so far, yeah, you're right. 333. Again, probably just a few at bats, but had pretty even numbers last year. Lefties and righties. Again, an everyday type player, not a platoon candidate. So it seems. Of course, those numbers in the minors doesn't always translate. So far from what we've seen from him in a month of regular big league action, seems like he'd be the type of hitter that wouldn't be greatly fazed by handedness of the pitcher. Had a double his last time, taking the ball the other way. Trying to get something going. Both teams have been quieted by some good pitching.
This is a tough ball for a left-hand hitter to lay off. You don't see lefties that much. That little slider that just barely breaks off the plate. You got 2 strikes on you. Another one. Just the fact that he's able to take those 2 pitches probably tells you he's got an idea about hitting lefties. Maybe a little bit better than the average Joe. You ever hear that before? Average Joe.
Not used to describe me. Below average. No. Moran is the final out.
And I praised him for not chasing that, and he did hit the ground ball on the last one.
Nova back out for the 8th. Great look at the action on our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl. What a gorgeous afternoon. Great ball game for you too. No score as we start the 8th inning. Who will be number 1? He's batting. Jose Iglesias against Ivan Nova. .75 pitches. Has not allowed multiple hits. How important was it working around that leadoff triple to start the ball game? Thinking back on that.
Thank goodness. How bad would that have been if this would have ended up being a 1-0 game and that was the run? So yeah, Nova, excellent job of saving that one.
Leadoff man gone in the Tigers' 8th inning. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game. Jacoby Jones will bat for the first time. Came on that double switch with Stumpf. Former Pirate minor leaguer. Didn't get all of it, and out toward Dickerson. And 2 away. No sign of slowing down yet for Nova. There's not been a point yet where you've kind of seen him wobble, you know?
No, nothing.
And that 21 pitch 3rd inning. And even that was a leadoff single. Pitcher came up, then he got a couple of ground outs. So he threw a wild pitch. That wasn't even all that errant of a throw.
Yeah, it wasn't that wild
Yeah.
of a pitch, thinking back on the location. He is at his best this afternoon.
Joe Jimenez starting to get up for Detroit. Fulmer went the first 6 and then Stumpf a 1-2-3 7th inning. Goes with a changeup on 2-0.
Hey,
Well, there goes your theory.
that'll mess up the percentage.
Yeah.
Well, see, he's getting up there now.
There's that 6% or whatever.
Yeah.
Other stuff. Well, we were talking earlier about how, what was it, 94%
When
of
he's
the time?
behind in the count, 94 out of 100 are going to be fastballs. We just saw one of the 6. Cambio.
That's how he gets you, right? The 53rd time he throws a pitch behind the count. That's.
Well, you know what? It's the 8th inning of a tie game. Maybe you're not throwing 94% fastballs in that scenario.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the 3rd time, 4th time now around in the order.
To get to that percentage, maybe you're throwing 100% fastballs earlier in the game, which he was, and then when the game's on the line later on, where a solo home run could beat you, maybe that's when he starts mixing it up a little bit more, and you get to the overall percentage.
First time that Cervelli has visited the mound all day. Machado on deck ahead of Cabrera here with 2 outs. Well, that slows it down. And Martin called safe. He runs so well, I didn't think there would even be a play, but Rodriguez hustled to get there.
Yeah, beautiful barehanded pickup to make it close.
Tom Prince on the phone to see if there's any chance of challenging this.
I think they are going to challenge it.
Alec glove on it.
I think that's going to be up the middle for a base hit if he didn't knock it down.
This will be a good look, as the Pirates are going to challenge this. When does it contact the interior of the glove? Meaning it's got to be in the back of that glove. As soon as it touches the back of that glove, then it's right there. That's awfully close.
You almost have to use your challenge here, though, no matter what.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Oh, man, that is close.
It's got to be conclusive enough to overturn it. And unless, you know, now they've got the umpires that are back in New York, Major League umpires that have the benefit of every angle for all the feeds.
There's so many advantages to those umpires here when they're watching a game at PNC Park. It's the amount of slow-mos we have and all the different cameras. Most of the time you're going to find a great look of it, great shot if you're trying to you know, review that call in New York.
The call stands. Martin has an infield hit.
Not confirmed. There was just, it was too close to really say one way or another. So
I give Rodriguez a ton of credit for even making that ball contested.
yeah, they just had to let it go. The call. Yeah, he did a heck of a job. But again, this defensive work out there, no matter where he's at.
So a man aboard with 2 outs in a tie game, 0-0 in the 8th inning. And now got to settle in on Machado with Miguel Cabrera next in the Tigers order. And enough to get it by him. Nova starting to slow his pace some. And behind, 2 balls and a strike to Machado. This will be his 90th pitch coming up, so Michael Feliz and Kyle Crick both loosening. Martin has yet to try to run. Not going. Now 3-1. This is just by Nova's pace, you can kind of tell that maybe the fatigue is starting to set in, working into the 8th. Miguel Cabrera licking his chops. He wants to get a chance here in this 8th inning. Behind in the count.
Just came right in there with one. Not in the greatest spot in the world, but just wanted to throw a strike.
Nova's spot is due up second in the bottom half, so this probably going to be his last inning. Maybe the last pitch he throws this afternoon. Martin on the move, and a foul back.
That was in a nice spot, putting it right at the knees. As his ground ball pitch. Good location and a little bit of sink on it right there at the end. Almost snuck it underneath the bat.
Trying to give it everything he's got left. Martin will be on the move again. And scooped up by Moran to get the final out. Ivan Nova has issued 8 shutout innings. Now, Pirates got to get him a run.
is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. With express service, you're in and out in no time. Visit barrelservice.com to find a location near you. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
Here on AT&T Sportsnet, a 0-0 game here into the bottom of the 8th inning. Sean Rodriguez will lead it off. Pirates need to get Ivan Nova a run. 8 scoreless innings. He's going to be done for the afternoon. His spot due up next, and what a great day for Nova.
And nice little talk we saw and a hug with Cervelli. I thought that was kind of neat to see those two talk and feel good about a great game.
Now you got to get that run to get Nova in the win column today. Rodriguez strikes out against Joe Jimenez. Third Tigers pitcher.
See his numbers this year, pretty darn good.
Gave up 3 runs yesterday. Those are the
first 3 he's given up.
Yeah,
right?
all year.
Came in with a unblemished column as far as his runs. Nobody went unscathed in that first game now. That was a tough one to pitch in.
So David Freese will bat for Nova, officially done after 8 innings, lowering his ERA to 3.32. And Freese trying to get aboard Felipe Vasquez. Starting to warm. Nova can be pleased with the job well done, but Pirates want to win this series. He's done everything to get him to that point. Got to be a lot of pressure when your team's not scoring either. Make sure you're putting up zeros.
Yeah, I would. It builds as you get, say from the 4th inning on, you start thinking about, I got to be perfect. I can't make any mistakes. And when you're such a strike thrower like Nova is, kind of makes it even more difficult. I mean, he's not going to go out there and pick here and there.
So 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' 8th inning. Let's take a look at some of our Point Park tweets. And great to see everybody coming out here to the ballpark today. Rochester Middle School here today as well. Got a lot of kids out here today of all ages. Here on the Thursday afternoon game. Take your kid to work day or the ballpark.
Either one of those. See, they are working on the kids' coffee up there.
Adam Frazier, a base hit his last time.
Line went out toward left center.
Pirates with 4 safeties, the Tigers with 6. Pirates have left on 4. The Tigers have left on 5. Been a well-pitched ball game. That's really been it. Sometimes you see these low-scoring games, and it is somewhat inept hitting. Been very well pitched today.
It's always interesting when you see 2 games really within what?
Well, all 3 games.
12 hours of each other.
Yeah.
It's so night and day different. All the offense we saw yesterday.
Quite literally in this case.
And then quite literally.
Yeah.
Today, nothing.
Yeah.
Night and day difference.
Sean Rodriguez was some great defense. That one toward the corner, and it's going to be extra bases for Frazier. He's heading for 2, and he will be held there as Castellanos, the former third baseman, got a good arm out there.
And there's no reason with 2 outs to take any kind of gamble to get to third. If you're the go-ahead run here late, you're in scoring position. A single could win this game. Don't get thrown out at third.
Ball sweeping all the way across the plate.
Down and in slider. He just drops ahead of the bat to it. Very quiet body. Uses hands well.
How about a couple more left turns and get game's first run across. 2 hits for Frazier today. Out of that leadoff spot, Pirates have needed that spot to be productive. Polanco doubled back in the first. 2-out hit here. And with 2 outs and with Frazier's above average speed, like you said, Bob, you know, a base hit to the outfield likely scores.
Yeah, could be the game winner.
Inching away from the bag.
Outfield fairly deep too, but they're out there now. They're not going to throw anybody out. Way back. Respecting Polanco's power. They don't want to, you know, fly ball to get over their head, knock the run in that way either.
Polanco walked against Jimenez yesterday. Good stop by McCann. Keeping Frazier at second here with 2 outs. Can the Pirates push across the game's first run? Now Polanco in a hitter's count, 3-1. He got a pitch out of the zone on 3-0 last time. He grounded into a double play.
Yeah, 3-1 though. He's got to have the green light.
Well, he'll have the wheel taken out of his hands. An intentional walk. And Chris Bosio, the Tigers pitching coach, out to talk to Jimenez, who allowed a single to Marte yesterday. And tomorrow the Cardinals come to town for a 3-game weekend series. Miles Michaelis will go for St. Louis, making his 5th start of the season. Lefty Stephen Brault goes for the Buccos, and our coverage begins at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. There's Stephen Brault. Left-hander will start that series against the Cards. So the rookie Jimenez, with the game on the line, have to try to retire Marte. 2 men aboard in a scoreless game, 8th inning.
Kind of interesting decision I think they made there, 3-1.
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that. Why do you think they did that?
I don't know why. I really don't. No idea.
I don't know if it's bad or good. I just I wasn't even thinking about that as an option. Usually.
Well, not after they didn't walk him to
right
away.
Yeah.
No, but I mean right away.
Oh, right away.
Or I don't know. It's just. I mean, you could have just gone out there and said, "Hey, you know, throw a ball, you know, off the plate, throw the ball off the plate in, bounce a curveball." I mean, you could have told him a lot of things that would accomplish the same thing, and you might get a swing and a miss. But when you just point to first, you're giving up any chance of getting it out. But maybe they just don't have a confidence in the youngster that he will be able to execute that.
Marte, the right-handed batter,
has to be the only reason.
Yeah, instead. Marte, like I mentioned, he singled yesterday in his look against Jimenez. And if he can do that here with 2 outs, Pirates likely get the game's first run here in the 8th inning. Frazier doubled with 2 outs. Slowly hit. No play there, and too late to get Marte. The rookie Goodrum, and now saying that Frazier is out of the baseline. And that was not the initial call. And here comes Clint Hurdle. Well, the initial call was safe, meaning
the
no
out call was made by the second base umpire.
Not the third base umpire, who
Timmons called him safe.
Right.
The second base umpire called him out.
Said he was not out of the baseline. And right now, Tim Timmons having a word with Clint Hurdle. I mean, this is a big part of the game right here.
Oh, it's a huge part of the game. I mean, that's what a difference that is.
That is a non-reviewable play. And Clint Hurdle now has been ejected from the ball game. And so the initial call was, okay, you're safe. And then the second base umpire, the crew chief, Mike Winters, saying, no, Frazier, you ran out of the baseline. Let's look.
Now Frazier, a little J-hay at him here.
Well, that's a judgment call, and very difficult to make that decision.
You see Winters immediately saying that he was out of the baseline.
And that's it. So the inning ends. We'll go to the ninth. Still nothing.
Well, he did pull the move. He just got called for it is all. He was able to kind of a little jink to the left and then pull out to the right, get around the tag.
And so now the game stays scoreless. Ivan Nova will get a no decision. Done after 8 scoreless innings now. Felipe Vasquez.
Vasquez numbers.
Most of that ERA, in fact, all of it coming in non-safe situations. As this is one as well, and Cabrera with a leadoff single. Let's go back to that play that ended the 8th inning and looked like for a moment there the Pirates were going to have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Now watch Frazier, middle of the screen, went out of the baseline. You saw the third base umpire, Tim Timmons, wave his hands out to say no play. He was not tagged.
He did go, I would say, borderline wide. But if you look at the angle where Winters was, that had to look like he was even further out of the line, don't you think, than he was?
Should have been the third base umpire's decision solely, I think.
He's way in on the grass over on the first base side. So his angle, the way he's looking at it, I think probably made it appear that Frazier had gone way right. I mean, he did go right, and I think
I would have been fine. If Tim Timmons said he went out of the baseline, I would have been fine.
Yeah, I thought the call could go either way. You're right.
Off of Vasquez's glove, and Castellanos is going to be safe. And all of a sudden, Detroit with 2 on and nobody out. First time today that they've had 2 hits in an inning.
But I agree with what you say about Timmons. I mean, he's standing right there. He's the guy that's got to make that call, I think.
Well, now the Tigers with a situation here in the 9th in this scoreless game. Watch where this ball comes right back at him.
Right off, it looked like the little finger part of his glove.
Just trickling away. And so a pair of singles. First time today that either team has had 2 hits in an inning. And there are nobody out with Nico Goodrum coming up.
Right. Gonna get a pinch runner here. I think that's why we're holding up the game.
For Cabrera, the lead runner, Jeimer Candelario, come off the Tigers bench and run for Cabrera.
Took a while for him to get his jacket off.
See Cabrera slipping over the bag a little bit there, but Cabrera does not run well, so you want to have a better base runner here in this situation.
Yeah, this is just trying to get a little speed out there, carrying the go-ahead run. Are they going to bunt? No, they're swinging away.
One strike. They're starting to move down the order now. Goodrum, the rookie, with a little bit of pop, but not an experienced hitter. And Candelario, about an average runner, which is an upgrade over Cabrera. Doesn't get the call. 1-1. There's Candelario. Fouled away. Get him to bite.
Man, I thought that
Good
was
pitch.
a real nice pitch in a super spot. This is 2 now that been right on the edge. He hadn't got the call on.
Now Tom Prince taking over the managerial duties with Clint Hurdle ejected. Now a 2-2. In danger of loading the bases here with nobody out. A lot of tension here in the later innings in this scoreless game. Candelario, the lead runner, Castellanos at first. And he comes back to walk Goodrum after being ahead in the count.
Well, the first 4 pitches, or really 5 pitches, I guess. No, first 4 were strikes. I can't blame him too much for that base on balls. He threw a couple nice ones. The breaking ball that kind of swept in from outside and just settled right at the knees. That's the one he needed to get called a strike.
And now Ray Searage will come out. Well, Vasquez, 2 different pitchers this season when he's been in save opportunities, hasn't given up a run. Non-save situations, more often than not, he has run into some trouble.
Kind of an unexplainable thing. You see it with a lot of closers. He's not panicked though. Did you see a little padding on Ray's cheek? His As Ray walked away.
It's like he's two different people.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay.
Bases loaded. Pirates bring the infield in. Nobody out. James McCann 1 for 2 lifetime against Vasquez. And Vasquez has allowed 6 runs in 4 innings in non-safe situations and no runs in 5 1/3 of his 5 safe situations, saving all 5. That's what you want. Only get 1 though as it trickles out of the glove of Moran, but it stays scoreless.
If that sticks in the glove, I think they got an easy double play home to first. McCann not real fast at all. And this ball's hit sharply too. That's really hard two-hopper.
Yeah, gloves that cleanly. McCann only halfway down the line. Yeah, got a real good shot of that. But they got 1. And now they're facing a hitter who does not run well, Victor Martinez. Experienced, to say the least, but 1 for his last 16 at the plate. Very slow runner. Scoreless game, 9th inning. Bases full of Bengals, 1 out. Nowhere to put him.
Gotta come with the strikes here. Another ground ball to third. Got a 2-0 count. I think he's probably going to be aggressive. Looking for a fastball.
Got one and fouled it back. Martinez now 39 years old. Has had a great career at the plate. But on a downturn and has been acting as a pinch hitter here in the series. Normally their designated hitter. Softly hit in the air. And Bell on the infield fly records the 2nd out.
A pretty good location on that fastball. I ate him up right on his hands. The last 2 pitches going upstairs, and Martinez just not quick enough to be able to get the head of the bat out. Ball right on the label.
Well, Vasquez, and out away from getting out of the jam, Jose Iglesias. And with the movement of the glove, it fooled Rob Drake into thinking it was ball 1. And the irony is Nova got out of 2 bases loaded, no out jams against Detroit in his first start against the Tigers. Here's the 1-0. That one's true. And now Vasquez picking up for Nova here, trying to get out of one that he created to try to keep this game that Nova started scoreless.
He almost swung at that. About took a button off his uniform. He started the bat.
Bases loaded, 2 outs and behind in the count. Hard ground ball. And Rodriguez starts it to get the force. What a good play on that smoked ball to short. And Vasquez works some magic to get out of that bases loaded, no out jam.
I tell you, one of the big
You buy the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
It's been a great day. It's been a great game. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Can the Pirates walk off winners? And some changes. As Jamer Candelario stays in the game. Play over at third base. Nico Goodrum will move over from third to first. And the Tigers enlist their fourth pitcher of the afternoon. Alex Wilson sent to work to Josh Bell.
Take a quick look here at Wilson's numbers on the season. ERA up there at 6. Gotta like that, but 3 home runs, 13 innings.
He's worked in all 3 games of the series now, both ends of the doubleheader yesterday.
I'd like to finish this one with a home run.
Pirates score, they win. Bell has not hit the ball as far as the pitcher today. It went back to the mound and to the catcher and has struck out. But had a walk-off against the Cardinals last year. Hit that one off of Sunhwan Oh, formerly of the Cardinals. Rob Drake says it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Way in on his hands.
Didn't sound very good, but I thought he'd have to go get another bat.
Sounded like a hitter with a tennis racket.
Yeah, that was a funny sound. The ball actually hit below the label. That's why it sounded like that.
And he's down on strikes for the first out.
Called the high fastball and threw it there.
Corey Dickerson hitless in 3 trips.
Who's going to be the hero?
Could it be Dickerson with his first walk-off as a Pirate? Both teams with chances. Their last time's up. Dickerson sends it out to right. It's deep, and this one is reached out and caught. It's over the wall, and if they count it, the Pirates have walked off winners.
There's your hero. Now they're definitely gonna look at this one, and I'm with you. I think it's iffy whether that ball was messed with or not.
They are going to look at it, but for right now, Corey Dickerson with his first career walk-off home run.
And he has got Gatorade all over it.
And that fan right there.
If that's not a home run, I don't want to be a left-handed hitter. They're going to have to bring somebody out to fix the box. What do you think?
I don't think. I think it's a home run.
Yeah, I think he reaches off to the side and not over the yellow line. But I don't know.
Got to be definitive here on that boundary call.
Yeah, I think he's not reaching out over as much as he's reaching to the side. That's, I think, going to be a home
Now,
run.
wouldn't it be something? The Pirates.
Look at the left-hand hitter's batter's box, by the way.
This will be a good look right here.
Oh yeah, this will tell that tale. Gee, I don't know now.
That's a little bit of a different angle. Remember, the Pirates were walked off by the Tigers in Detroit.
Yeah,
and then replay made them come back on the field. They played 3 more innings.
Yep.
And the Pirates ended up winning that game on opening day. And for now, the Pirates have celebrated a win, and we are waiting to find out if that home run will be nullified. And they're going to make darn sure they know the right decision.
Everybody in the ballpark on their feet.
Here it comes. Home run, and the Pirates win. The replay stands up, and Corey Dickerson with his first walk-off home run. 1 is good enough.
What a great way to end a game like this. You know, you're kind of wanting somebody to do it, and Dickerson comes through.
That's already the 2nd time this year that he has done something in a 1-0 game in the 9th inning. Remember that bunt that he played down?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
As the Pirates beat Miami there, and now Dickerson with a game-winning home run.
It's a great example of how he thinks and does what it takes. One time it's a home run. Next time it might be him dropping down a bunt. That's just the kind of player he is.
We've waited long enough. Let's go down to Robbie with Corey Dickerson.
Yeah, how about yesterday? The Pirates pile up 18 runs and 29 hits. Today, it's another 1-0 win thanks to this guy, Corey Dickerson. First career walk-off home run for the savvy veteran. When you hit the ball, you're watching it trail over, getting close. What are you thinking, Corey?
I thought I got enough of it. I got it in the air pretty good. I was just hoping it would carry far enough, and luckily it did.
Certainly it did. So you hit your first career walk-off homer. How many times have you envisioned doing something like that your entire baseball career?
All the time, especially this game with Nova pitching so good. We really wanted to get him to win. He deserved it, and he pitched his butt off, so I'm glad to get it.
This is another, I believe it's the 3rd 1-0 win for the Pirates this season. What is it about this team, winning high-scoring, middle-of-the-range scoring, and low-scoring ball games?
We believe in each other more than anybody can know. That locker room's unbelievable. We have fun in there. We never get too up or too down, and we come out to have fun for these guys, all these fans out here.
Alex Wilson has had some success here against the Pirates in this series. He struck out Josh Bell right before you. What are you observing as you approach your way into the batter's box?
You know, get a pitch to hit. Sometimes don't be over aggressive, and right there he pumped a strike first pitch, so I knew I couldn't let another one go by, and I made sure I was up early and get my timing and got a good pitch to hit.
Do you have your dance moves ready?
What's that?
You have your dance moves ready for the clubhouse?
Don't, but they're going to make me.
There it is. Corey Dickerson, get ready to dance. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rob and Michael, how about that? Corey Dickerson, the walk-off home run. And the Buccos have taken the series.
Robbie, thanks very much. You couldn't ask for 3 more differently played games. Well, the 2 last night had some similarities and took forever today. Crisply played, 1-0 all the runs yesterday. Wonderful to see the difference in the 2 styles of games.
Yeah, the suspense in this game, right out of the gate with the triple off the wall, him getting out of that, Nova getting out of that jam, and just constant 9th inning Rivera doing what he does, or Velasquez, I should say, and then Corey Dickerson coming up huge right there on a pitch he actually got jammed on earlier in the game. This guy can really hit. I'm glad he didn't bunt like he did in Miami, right?
All right, it's time for our Miller Lite Hold True moment. This is definitely not a bunt. They had to take a look at it, Michael, but it is a home run. First walk-off homer in Corey Dickerson's career.
That's baffling to me. This guy absolutely rakes it. This is his first walk-off homer. This guy has at least 100 homers in his career. This doesn't surprise me in the least. He keeps coming up big for the Buccos. These veterans stepped up today, and him and Sean Rod and Nova. Great game by the older guys today. I was really excited to watch this game. A lot of fun to watch. A shutout is always cool to see, being an old-time catcher.
And it did not have to see Corey Dickerson go out and play with Gatorade all over him, which is what would have happened if that
Exactly.
review
That would've been weird.
had maybe gone the other way. Could have happened, but it wasn't. It was upheld, the home run for Dickerson, the walk-off, as the Pirates win 1-0. They've won 2 in a row, heading into a big weekend series against St. Louis. That will be a topic on Pirates Post-Game, presented by the Allegheny Health Network. We'll talk about that, but plenty to talk about with this game, including a superlative performance from Ivan Nova. You're going to hear from Joe and Bob as we check back in with them, and much more coming up next.